if with my kids, invisible friends. Yeah, I'd like you to all thank you. I have a lot of free time.
Although that is a good one, but that is not going to be similar to this at all.
Okay. I'm like, listen, I watch a lot of movies. I watch Belle all the time. We watch
there you
Beauty and
go.
the Beast.
Yes.
We watch The Little Mermaid. We watch Bruno stuff.
So none of that is going to be anywhere similar to where we're going with this. Taking a left hard here.
Hard left. Hard left.
Here we go.
So Nicole Kidman is the protagonist, and in the first scene, she's having sex with Antonio Banderas, who's her husband. They've been together.
Handsome.
Very handsome.
He has aged very well.
He has.
This is like a recent movie.
Oh, it's, yes.
Yeah.
What's it called?
A Baby Girl.
Yeah, I definitely was like, did you say Crybaby? Which is a movie from like the 90s.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp. No, that's a really good one, but that's not this.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is like
Baby
real
Girl.
recent. Yeah, because Antonio Banderas has aged very well. I was
He
like, oh, he looks
has.
good.
Hello.
Don't let Angela hear that.
I know. My husband is still more handsome, and nobody can still touch him. Touch Antonio Banderas. Stay the fuck away from my husband. So anyways,
keep going.
Okay, so they're having sex, and she makes it appear as though she orgasmed, right? He orgasms, she orgasms, quote unquote.
Yeah, and like a perfect time, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, so good. We
Oh
did it
my
together.
God, it was
You're like,
amazing.
okay.
Yeah, And
that
then
can
he
happen.
says,
The chance
I love
that
you. And she's like, yeah, I love you too. And then he falls asleep, and she pads, her little feet down the hall, and she pops open her laptop, and she watches some sort of really kinky scene, and then she gets herself off, right? So she didn't actually come. And then you find out that in the 20 years that they've been together, she has never actually come with him, right?
Yeah.
And she ends up starting a affair with someone at her company, and she basically owns a version of like an Amazon tech company, and he is an intern, and so they start this illicit affair. And it goes on for a while, and then other people kind of start finding out about it, and her husband finds out about it. Anyway, one of the things that is so lucrative about it for her is the element of risk, where he keeps saying, what if I blow up your life? What if I just tell everybody? Which is not consensual, by the way, right? Like, there are issues around
very, I don't even know what the word is. Like almost just aggressive and like get down.
Yes.
Like crawl to me. Like very. I don't know what that would
do. A lot of like BDSM type of dynamics.
Yeah.
Where he's more the dom and she's the sub.
Yeah.
But I got the sense that he'd never done it before. Like he's trying this on for size.
Right.
He's like, get down. And she's like, why though? You know? And he's like, stand in the corner. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Should I? This is weird. Right.
Yeah.
And so there's these weird dynamics, but it's kind of sweet because they are figuring it out in real time together. It's sexy too. So
She's
I
got
recommend
some
watching it.
and I think there were like scenes that made it look like she had like some sort of religious trauma as well. Like there was like a couple of scenes I think where she's like floating back to like something that happened when she was a kid that made me think in the movie, and I'll have to look, maybe I'm totally fucking pulling that out of my ass, but I feel like there was something that there was like a scene where I was like, oh shit, maybe there's like, because even remember like there's a part with Antonio Banderas when they finally are starting to like have sex, and she covers her face,
and
she's like, I don't want you to look at me.
It's called Baby Girl.
Baby Girl.
I screw this up again.
BABYGIR.
Yeah, and she like covers her face and she's like, I don't want you to look at me, and she's like real like shameful about it. Like she's just real like, I don't want you making eye contact with me, like covers her face, and he's like, the fuck are you doing? And she's like, you can't look at me, and then he tries and she like flips the fuck out. But there was like a scene that made it look like there was something that she had in her childhood that was some sort of like, I don't know, religious is what came to my mind, like some kind of culty. And he makes a comment about it at some point, like something about her upbringing. But yeah, sorry, I'm just adding my fucking tidbits.
No, please. Yeah.
Shocker.
It brings up a lot of interesting things, and the director and the writer is a female, and I think she's Danish, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, I think something about, I remember reading something about.
And they have
European.
like their sex education, like they teach consent from the time that they're like 4 and 5 over there, right? So interestingly, consent was absent in this, but I digress. It was really fascinating around just to see how they come together, her and her paramour, right? Even though it's this illicit love affair, like they're both able to just hold each other and make space for the other to be in all of their kinkiness. Why did I bring this up?
Oh, because we were just.
I don't even know why. She look at me and I was like,
what were
I can't
we?
remember. You said baby girl, or I'm like, cry baby, baby chickens. What do I say?
She's like Johnny Depp. I'm like, bitch. No,
I'm like,
Antonio
chickens. I know. Yeah, well, that's what I call my babies chickens.
That's so cute.
So I'm like, Whatever. We got here somehow.
Yeah, we got here. That's all that matters.
Oh, maybe it was the risk piece. So, okay, here's the piece that I found really interesting. Like, I did a whole write-up about Baby Girl where there was so much to kind of unpack around it. And she is so turned on by risk, but also she was not willing to take the risk of being known by her husband. And she's like, why is my marriage failing? Why am I not erotically charged with him? But yet she's not bringing herself to the table.
Yeah.
And that becomes the invitation. We're too fucking scared to bring ourselves forth. But also when we bring ourselves forth, like that is the moment where we can be received in that really phenomenal way.
Yeah.
Hopefully they receive you. And if they don't,
And he
then
does in the end.
And
he
he
totally
does.
does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn,
Who does?
Antonio.
Oh, so we just ruined the whole
we just
movie.
ruined the movie.
Sorry. Well, fucking Cliff Notes. I mean, watch
Whatever.
watch. It's not like you were gonna fucking watch it.
I just text my husband. I was
gonna
like,
have to
babe,
come-
I guess we have to watch this movie. He's
Watch
like,
it
why?
anyways.
I'm like, I'm in a
because
pod. I'm in a pod.
There's all these pieces that you need to see.
Yeah.
But he's very
Then we'll have a
forgiving.
follow-up conversation.
Yeah, he's very
Yeah.
forgiving.
Yeah.
Well, so it's interesting too because in that instance, I would imagine that like if you've been married for 20 years
Yeah.
and you go to say something that you want and then they reject you, that's like fucking 2 decades worth of
It's very scary.
relationship. But if you say something to a stranger and they're like, nah, I'm good, it's like not as risky to
Yes.
be rejected by
Yes.
somebody that you don't have all this baggage and like lifelong whatever with,
Yes.
as opposed to, you know, and just asking for what you need from like your life partner and then
Yeah.
saying no and then you blow up your fucking world.
Well, and she's very like type A, very wound fucking tight.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
she's
she
wound
is.
fucking tight.
Well,
And
probably
then-
because she's never had an orgasm. In her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for 20 years,
Sorry,
she's just
babe.
walking around like this, which I
Yeah.
kind of feel like Nicole Kidman might actually in real life. She always seems very tight to me. And I'm like, could you breathe, girl?
But her husband is dreamy.
Oh, Keith Urban?
I love him.
Oh my
I
God.
love me a good Keith Urban. He's,
What? Really?
yeah.
I don't like his
He
hair.
touched my arm once, and I was like, I'm never washing my arm.
I always feel like
Still
I want to
haven't
like
showered.
wash his hair for him. Because his hair stresses
It's
me
long.
the
I can
fuck
see that.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. But I do like him better than her first husband. Let's be fucking real. I imagine that's
Well,
where the wound
yes.
type really started
Yeah.
for her. Poor thing. She's probably more chill now. But yeah, I think like, and she's very type A. And I think a lot of times, you know, I joke with my husband all the time that like when I get home, my favorite thing is that he makes decisions about things because it's like the one time I don't have to make 6,000. And
Yes.
so I imagine, and I'm very wound tight and very type A just naturally. I've been that way since birth. I like came out like this, like ready to go with my clipboard and telling everybody what they did wrong in the birthing process. But I'm judging all of you and all
You're
the things.
laughing because you don't know her well enough to be like, yes.
To be like, oh, she really did. I like popped out and I was like, let me tell you what the fuck that was all about. You're all fucking wrong.
C plus.
Yeah. 1 star.
3.4.
Would not recommend. yeah. Would not
but
visit
actually probably
again.
less.
Yeah.
Not coming back
would
here.
not recommend this one. Not coming back here. Yeah. Not going back in. Fuck off, everybody. Yeah, exactly. But I think for her too, I think that's part of it is like, and I think we don't talk enough about that sometimes too as women. It's like, for it to be enjoyable too, it's like to be able to mentally like not
Yes.
to be able to turn everything off and all the demands and all the I have to remember all these things and do all these things for literally everybody. And it's like the minute you can turn that off. And I think for her in that movie that was ever present as well is that he
Yeah.
was like a kid and she didn't have to do shit. You know what I mean?
no.
He's a fucking intern. She's like,
Yep.
whatever. And I think that's very different than again, like when you're married and you're like trying to take care of all the things in your house and all the
Yeah.
shit. So, and her business is like very to do in the movie. So, so I think that's part of it too. It's like mixing in like where you feel safe with somebody and also where can you shut your brain off. And especially for somebody like myself, who's like anxious just naturally all the time to be able to like turn that off for 10 seconds. You're like, oh, that's so nice. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
And I
know?
feel like you're speaking to the surrender piece, which is what we're really craving. I think as womenkind, women, femmes, vulva owners, I'm trying to be inclusive, that we are wanting to have this experience of surrender, this experience of the masculine holding us. And I just want to like have a little precursor over here that when I'm talking about the masculine and the feminine, like even if you're in a same-sex relationship, like there is somebody who's going to be embodying the feminine, someone who will embody the masculine,
Right.
and that can change, and that does change, right? But the feminine wants to be held. The feminine wants the masculine to be the banks of the river so that she
Right.
can flow
Right.
in all of her wildness and changeability and for somebody else to make decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that she can just be like, okay, great. I don't have to think about that for change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think we've talked about that too, is that, you know, and especially for myself, like being very much like I raised myself, I took care of myself. So then to be in a place where I have somebody who's willing to take care of me and I can just be very soft and just like, oh, I don't have to like, you know, be a dick all the time and be like puffed up and like ready to fight the fight. With my husband, I'm just like, burp, just like a little burp, boop.
Have you seen the little like Instagram like reels or like memes or whatever, and it's like the like big like the more of a gangster your like wife is, the more of like a princess she needs to be like treated.
That is
like
so
fucking
cute.
little gangsters and like,
emotional
like this guy.
gangsters,
Yeah, just like exactly, just like carrying her.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Both of our husbands are very, very large men. My husband is 6'6", hers is 6'4". We're little women, right? But we're loud
So
and like,
cute.
like
And they're both like real chill. And we're like,
oh my God.
and we're like,
Mine too. Yeah. He's 6'6" and he's this big old guy.
Yeah,
and
see?
so chill. And I'm like,
yeah,
come at me, bro.
It's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. And my husband's like, okay.
I know.
maybe we
Yeah, my
don't.
husband's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was very like hyper vigilant, like hyper dependent, or hyper independent, excuse me, prior to this. And he always jokes now, right? Because he literally does like everything for me. Like he is like, like everything, right? And then the other day, I was like, you know that like I can cook, like I could do other things. And he's like, okay. He's like, that's really,
sure.
Yeah, he's like, that's really great, but you just had me make you a bowl of cereal. And I'm like,
and you're like, but you're the chef.
yeah, I'm like, I don't have an argument for that because it's true.
It's really cute.
Yeah, I used to like cook and clean. I had 2 jobs. I like had both my girls, like my girls were only a year apart. And they were like little. And like when he and I always say when he got them, like they were like puppies from the pound, you know. He got them at like
got their
1.5 and 2.5. Yeah, we got their shots, and then he was like, "All right, come home."
They're
you know?
mine.
Get in the back of the car. We have shit to do.
yeah, let's go. These
We have
emotional
adopting to
little
be happening.
gangsters.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And it's true. It's so now he just like all the estrogen is in his house, but he is very like he's like definitely the girl dad and definitely the guy, but he is like. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You used to like know the logins for your bank account kind of thing, you know? And I'm like, okay, can you just fuck off mostly? But
Why are you so specific?
yeah, I'm like, shut up.
Well, it's funny, like when my husband and I first started dating, I always, and I still have a hard time sitting where I can't see the door. It's just, it's built into me. I did law enforcement long enough.
Yeah.
And my husband's like, in reality, what the actual fuck do you think you're going to do for me if somebody comes barreling through that door? And I'm like, that is a valid statement. And so now I let him sit where he can see the door. Because now I'm like, that's logical that I'm not going to be the one that's going to save the day.
Yeah, you don't
You're
even move
concealed
quick.
carry.
You don't
Come
even
on.
just like trip.
I just like lay down. I'm like, oh, play dead.
Yeah.
Play dead. They'll fucking walk over you.
She's like, this is how we
I'm
do
like,
it.
I just look like I'm not gonna do shit. I'm gonna
That's
cry.
a very good stress response, though.
Yeah,
you know?
really, yeah.
It
it's
saves
just-
a lot of
it
people
really
and
does.
animals. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
Is that right
also,
there?
I just like to take a nap.
It's the best. Yeah,
That would be nice.
that'd be nice. Fuck, I'd love a 10-year
all of
nap.
us are like,
I know everyone's like, let's just think about that for a minute.
We're just going to pause this
yeah,
recording.
yeah, like,
hold
oof.
space for a nap.
Yeah, well, nap time. Do you ever? Because sometimes like when we do couples therapy, there comes a time where you're kind of like, you're fucked. Like this marriage is probably not going to work. Like I hear you, but this
And I
is
help you come to
probably.
this conclusion by yourself.
Yeah, and I'm like, hint, I think you're fucked, and this marriage is probably doomed. Because I think there's just sometimes people get married, with the best intentions. It's not always a good fit, or religious reasons, or whatever the
Yes.
fuck it is, right? And then sometimes they get to a place, and you're like, there's no therapy in the world that's going to fix the fact that you don't like each other.
Yeah.
Let alone love each other. Do you ever like come across that, like when you're working with like anybody or couples or anyone, where you're like, I think you need to pick a different partner, or this is going to be a shit show?
That's so interesting. So I try so hard to like keep my opinions to myself, right?
Oh, that's new. I don't know what that is like. What would that be like?
In the office, right? Like when it comes
Or
to clients.
anywhere. I'm like, do you want this? Because I'm going to give it.
Yeah.
Do you do that as a therapist?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, snap. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm pretty like cutthroat. I'm like,
Are
oh
ya?
yeah. I'm like, do you think the problem is you?
dang.
I mean, in a kind No, generally like that. But usually, like, I think most of my clients know, like, that's what they're getting in for, because I'm very honest about, like, the fact that I'm like, I'm not going to, like, I'll help you get to the conclusion, but I'm also going to be very, like, do you think that maybe you're the common denominator if, like, 67 jobs haven't worked? Do you think that you're the common factor? And if so, that's okay. How do we fix and work on that?
Sacred mirror. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I've never said that to anybody.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
You should do it.
Okay.
This is why I don't have very many friends, though, either. Because people come to me and I'm like, do you want the answer? And they're like, tell me. And then I tell them and they're like, we can't be friends anymore. And I'm like, well, I got 1.
7 subscribers.
I got 2. I got like 3 friends and that's it. And it's only because they could take it.
Yeah, I'm similar in that, like, maybe not necessarily like in a professional setting, but I am very much like, I've gotten better now where I'm like, okay, how do you want me to respond to this?
Yeah, I like that,
Do you
though.
want advice? Are we fucking slashing tires together? Do
Yeah.
you want to vent? Do you want me to just hear you?
Right.
What role do you want me to play? But
I love
understand
that.
if you ask for my opinion, I'm going to give it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you get the choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's next year for me.
No, it's not. But
Probably not. Maybe when I die.
on my deathbed, on
I
her
might,
deathbed,
I'll be
she's
like
gonna be
this.
how do you want me to respond?
Your mom's a whore. Do you want advice?
You're the worst.
Do you want? Yeah.
I have ascended.
Yeah. I'd be like, well, too late.
For my last magic trick.
Yeah, exactly.
my last
Exactly.
magic trick.
But yeah, but I don't know, like, and like I said, I mean, most of my clients, like, I'm like just very like, look, let's just look at this. Let's talk
Yeah.
about this. Like, what do we need to do? Because you
Yeah.
can't get better if we're not looking at and our own shit too.
Awareness is such a critical piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I was wondering if you ever have to have that conversation. Because and it's funny because, like, even the training that I did to do couples therapy, it's called Gottman's couples
Yes,
therapy. And
totally.
they do like all the research and all the couples stuff. And
Yeah.
they're like they can tell if you're going to make it after
Right.
meeting with you for like 10 minutes.
I know,
and
the
he's
95
right. Like,
percentile,
it's
yeah.
insane. I'm like, what? And he says the same thing. He's like, there's points in couples therapy where you have to say,
Wow.
I don't think this marriage is going to be,
Wow.
it's not going to be fixable. I can't do this for you. You guys can't do this. It's time to just say enough is enough.
So there is a piece with my clients where I will be like, girl, can't do your homework for you, can't do your push-ups for you, can't
Right.
do the breath work for you. That is going to help you to like get into that better space.
Right.
So yes, I will definitely say that,
That's good,
but
yeah.
I don't think at any point I would say, nope, this marriage is irreparable,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I remember like when I was trying to figure things out in my marriage and I talked to all the people and I went to all the therapy. Like we had so many therapists, right? Like I had my own, he had his, we had
Right.
2 like couples therapists. And at no point did anybody say like, you guys are a lost cause. You know, I
would've told you.
remember. Okay. You were the missing link. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, this is bad.
Game over.
He has to go. You're good.
Game
he has to go. He's all fucked up. You're fine. He's all fucked up. You can't do this. You gotta pick somebody else. Pick someone else.
I think
Nobody has time to waste.
right. Yes, that is true. I remember, being at the doctor and being like, okay, OBGYN, are my eggs still okay? We had
Yeah,
that conversation.
see?
Yes.
Saving some time for everyone. You're welcome.
Yeah. I knew though that nobody else was going to say,
Yeah.
this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
were going to let me they gave me enough rope to hang myself with. It was like, let her figure her shit
Yeah,
out.
and you do, and I think that's why it's always okay to say, like, I think you got to really look at the fact, like, is this fixable?
Yeah.
Is this going to be something you really want to do? Because I don't see the progress. I'm not seeing it. Or
Totally.
like one of you has buy-in and the other doesn't. And if you're both in couples therapy and
Yeah.
one of you's in and the other one's not,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
We're just wasting time.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
I have seen some critiques of like Esther Perel's work recently
Mm.
where someone was saying like, why is she just not telling them like it's done, it's
Yeah.
over, like it feels like it's not ethical anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I've known a lot of therapists who will do therapy way past when they should be.
right.
And I teach my clinicians, like at some point you kind of have to have like the come to Jesus of like, we've done the things I've shown you. You've shown me that you're not going to do the things I've asked you to do. I've given you homework. You're not doing it. And that's okay. And sometimes it's just, that's not the right time for you to be in therapy. Like
Right.
sometimes it's just not a good fit.
Yeah.
All of those things are totally okay. It doesn't mean you're not trying. It doesn't mean you're a piece of shit. It just means that maybe this isn't the moment, but we're not going to do therapy for 6 years just so we can hang out and collect a copay. Like we gotta say enough is enough.
Call it.
Yeah.
Time of death.
Yeah. Because I think that to me, I hate when I hear about people that are like, oh, I've been in therapy for 30 years. And I'm like,
Oh, your therapist
why?
sucks.
Yeah. I'm like, your therapists are the worst because it's like,
Wow.
if you had a flat tire and I taught you how to change that flat tire, and then you're on the side of the road and you're just standing there staring at the tools because I'm not there. How long are you going to stand on the side of the road for 30 years?
Oof.
That's dumb. So instead, let me help you, let me show you, and then you do it. So then when I'm not here, because I shouldn't be in your life for 30 fucking years, you change your own fucking tire.
Yeah.
You know, but it's, I mean, it happens a lot. And it's like, nope, not going to do that.
You know, I did find a certain point where I was like, but I'm having the conversations, but I was like, bitch, you're having the conversations with your fucking therapist. You're not talking to your husband about this.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I was like finally able to look at that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's going to change.
Right.
Unless he gets looped into the conversation.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's why, like, even when we do couples therapy, I always tell people there are no secrets. So if you tell your therapist something and your therapist tells me, I'm not keeping that secret for you.
Wow.
We're not fucking around with that shit.
Wow.
So you better be mindful that, like, and that's why we won't do couples therapy if there's domestic violence or if there's an active affair going on that won't end. I'm like, nope.
Wow.
There's no way in fuck. One of them's not safe, and the other one, what's the point?
What's the point?
We're not going to do it.
What are you doing at that
But
point?
I've had husbands who are like, hey, can I tell you this? And I'm like, not if you want your wife not to know. You should shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. Rat you out.
I sometimes think that that's why people want to like meet with people like you and I. Is somebody had reached out to me recently and he was like, if I come to you in confidence, will you keep my secrets for me? I have some things to offload. And I'm like, what you're looking for, friend, is a confessional.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
I'm not that for you.
You're like, hell father on that one, because that ain't me.
Maybe a dominatrix.
Maybe.
Sorry.
I would probably rock that job. Beat the
That's
shit. I would probably have. I probably could have done that in a next life. Just whoop the shit out of
You
someone.
get a certification in that, Rebecca.
Yeah, if there was one, I would get it. Oh my God.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Here we go. 2026 coming in hot.
Coming in with my leather outfit. I'm just kidding. There's
No,
way.
there's no way this bitch would wear leather. She's like, nope, don't like that. It's too tight. I can feel it on my body.
Me. Everything's touching me. Get the fuck off me. I can't
My
handle
cells
it.
are suffocating.
Yeah, my whole body's dying.
She's like, oh, I can.
Yeah, one time she was like, do you wear a belt? And I was like, why? That's like literally suffocation central. I'm like, I would never own a belt if you paid me.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, no.
well, what do you do when your pants fall down? She's like, I just wear leggings. I'm like,
Yeah, I just wear leggings all the time because I don't like belts.
she doesn't like belts and she doesn't like jeans.
Well,
I think
I'll
I've
wear
seen
them
you
every
wear
now and then,
jeans,
but
like-
I regret it all day. I hate it all fucking day, and they have to be just the right fabric, and it's horrible. And the hole right here, just all day. I'm like this, like trying to like hold it in to like not touch the edges. I hate it.
Is it like a sensory thing for you?
Yeah.
I feel like I've noticed,
Yeah,
like
it's
how you nurse the little ones.
Yeah, it's the tism, and also I don't have a colon anymore, so
Okay,
like
it is autism, but it's also medical trauma that she
Yeah.
never dealt with.
yeah, I don't need to. I'm fine.
That's like the biggest joke, right? I'm like, oh, okay, so
Yeah, she's like, did you go? Because I like died, and they brought me back, and then I had to like, yeah,
not
like
she like died. She died.
I died.
And then
No, I didn't. It
no,
was,
what did you? What did happen?
It was.
Because she died.
I did die. I died. It was. Have you ever floated?
Spoken to somebody who's died before.
Yeah. Well, you have now. It was me. It was me. Have you ever done one of those like true floats where you're like in the pod and you float in the water with the salt?
I've heard of this.
It's oh gosh.
What are those? What is it called?
It's gonna
Yeah.
it's coming to me. It'll come to me here in a minute.
That's what she said. With the patients. Yes, yeah, that's what she said on this one. It's like that. Like, here's what's weird. It had happened, and I didn't really know like how to describe it. I would always describe it as just like kind of being like in a womb. It was very warm. It was very dark. There was a voice that just said, "I'm not ready for you. You need to go back." And that was it. And
She
then
died.
2 years
You
later,
had contact.
yeah,
Somebody spoke to you.
yeah, somebody, yeah. So then 2 years later.
Female voice?
I always say male, but I don't know that that's true. Like, I don't know that it really had, I don't know if my brain needs it to be something like that. But in my mind, in my brain, I feel like it was a dude. And then it's funny because then like 2 years later, or actually like probably longer than that, like 3 years
Deprivation
later.
tank.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Fuck, there it is. I was in one of those with I had gone, my husband and I had gone, and he was in one in the next room, and I was in, and I get in there and I'm like, I've fucking been here before. And I was like, oh shit. And that's exactly what it was like. That's exactly what it was. It was like dark and warm, and you were just floaty. It was like a womb or like a deprivation tank. That's exactly what it felt like. But yeah, so I died and they brought me back.
Did you hear the voice, or did you just sort of like interior?
No, I definitely heard it.
Voice? Okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely was like, it was there, and I was like, I gotta go. And then I went back, and then I've been less of an asshole, not by much, but somewhat since then.
And now she doesn't wear pants.
And I don't like to wear pants now. But yeah, I hate when stuff is real close, because then like a year after that, I had to have my entire large intestine removed.
What?
Yeah, so they took the whole thing.
Okay.
Well, you get a mini large intestine out of your small intestine, but it like fucks up all kind of things because you don't get like nutrients and all the things. It's real fucking fun, but I mean it's better. Like it's called a J pouch is what they create you. So they make your small intestine like this, and it like connects to where your old intestine was. And his name is Poncho, and Poncho rocks he rocks his life. And my stoma, his name was Steve, and he was fucking awesome too. So. But yeah. It's fucking. If he has to come back, his name will be Esteban, because he will have gone abroad. Yeah, he will have traveled to Europe, and he will tell everyone about it, as they all do. But yeah, so that's, I don't know how the fuck we got on that.
Your medical trauma because you didn't wear fucking pants.
Oh yeah, I don't wear pants.
There it is.
Yeah, so I don't like pants. I don't like things close to my stomach.
This whole thing happened because we went to a integrative mental health conference last year, and she's telling me all these things and da da da. And then something about like pants came up, and I was like, do you think that you are like way more, like it's way more an aversion now because of like the thing that happened, like, I don't know, in that area? I'm just like guessing. And she was like, yes.
And I was like,
well, it's her colon. The whole kibbles and bits in there are just
gone. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I mean, I'm just like throwing it out there that potentially.
Yeah. She's like, did you do therapy for that? I was like, no, I'm good.
And I was like, did you like work on that or process that? And
I'm
she was
like,
like,
I'm good.
Absolutely not. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I already know what to do. I did the things in here. Got that.
The fuck you did. Yeah. So like, but that's like the thing. So that she doesn't wear pants because of that.
I don't like pants. It's just very confined. I mean, I'll wear some pants, but not very often. They can't touch very much. It just freaks me out.
But it is the autism, but it's also the trauma.
Yeah, it's a mixture of the two. Yeah, yeah. But my husband loves me either way, so suck it.
Okay. Not about your husband. I'm talking about you.
But here's what's interesting, and I will tell, like when we're talking about like the sexual shame stuff, it's interesting, is that when you have a stoma, so basically your butthole is on the outside now, so they like pull your intestines out and they put a bag on it. So you have So try dating with that, because I did, and that's how I ended up marrying my husband, because he was the kindest.
Is he an ass man?
He's not. And you know what's funny? You know what's so funny? When you get your stoma, that's the first thing they tell you is not to let anybody put anything in there. And I was like, the fuck? And she's like, you don't. I was like, no, you do? I was like, how many times has that happened that you have to fucking caveat? And she's like, more times than you want to know. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I was not going to stick anything in any of those things.
Or let anyone do it.
No, but yeah, they like immediately, like the day you get your stoma nurse, they're like, don't put anything or let anyone put anything in that. And I'm like, who the fuck? And she's like, more often than you would think.
It's for the same reason that on the toaster, they tell you not to put it in a bathtub.
Yeah. Or like the hairdryer up your ass. And you're like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Who? I just want to know.
On the Pop-Tarts, they tell you to take the Pop-Tart out of the package.
Yeah. It's those
They
people.
have to put that on there.
Because somebody fucked it up.
Because somebody didn't do it.
Well, and somebody broke their stoma by letting somebody diggity in their little fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I worked in inner city Dallas in the ER, and that was very that was the thing.
So I was like, the fuck. But you want to talk about like some shit? You got to try dating somebody while you have your shit bag on the front of your body. It was an interesting time of life having that conversation where you're like, and I would just be very like upfront about it very early on, because I found very quickly that there were an immense amount of people who were like, fuck off, I don't want anything to do with this.
How did you put that on your Tinder profile?
Just like that. I'm like, my butthole's on the front of my butt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
She's like looking for proctologists.
Just everybody.
Retired
proctologist. Where's your butthole? Mine's in front. Swipe right. That's the bio.
Swipe right for front butthole.
Yeah, front butthole. I'm your girl.
You can't touch it.
Do you want to know who Steve the Stoma is?
Look with your eyes, not with your hands. That's what I tell my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can look with your eyes, not with your hands.
No, it was real enjoyable. So I would be like, just FYI, like I shit in a bag in the front of my body. And a lot of people were like, you can go fuck yourself. But my husband was very, very kind. He wasn't like weird about it. He just was like, all right, well, it's cool. He was more fascinated with the fact that I had died. He's like, tell me about that. And that's exciting. And
you're like, that's not, but you heard the butthole thing, right?
I was like,
and he's like, yeah. But
and I'm like, this is in the front, and there's like a bag, and sometimes I fart in the bag, and it's all the things. But yeah, he was amazing. He was very supportive through the whole thing. He was through, like, because you have to have 3 surgeries altogether, and he was with me for 2 out of the 3, and he was great the whole time. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna snatch this the fuck right up.
That's right. Don't look at him, ladies.
But I'm not gonna wear pants. That's where I draw the line.
And he was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's like, thank God, that makes my life easier.
Woo!
He's like, I'm definitely gonna marry that one. She hates pants.
Yeah, she doesn't wear them. Yeah, doesn't really like
No
to be
pants.
touched much, but
Yeah, but no pants.
yeah, look with your eyes now with your hands.
She's basically fucking Mrs. Potato Head. Just walking around with no pants.
You just like move the parts
Yeah,
around.
you just like move the things, and it's like go time. Yeah, get in here. Boop, like my eyeballs like up here, like my butthole was here, so I was Mrs. Potato Head.
That's what I mean. You're literally
I was like just moving the pieces. Yeah, like a boob up here and a fucking butthole here. Yeah, so you're all welcome for that.
like a fucking Rubik's cube.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he married me. So
Oh my god.
now you know. Now you know how to get it. So the ladies that are single, that's how you get a man.
Yeah, just put a butthole on
Put
the
your
front.
butthole on the front.
That's how you get a good man.
A very
Not
good
just
man.
a man.
No,
but a
you
good
get the
one.
quality man is you put your butthole on the front and you don't wear pants anymore.
and you put it on your Tinder profile.
And then you put it on your Tinder. No pants, butthole in the front.
Yeah, front
Swipe
butthole.
right.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody's been searching.
Yeah.
I got it, ladies.
Yeah.
I figured it
Fuck
out.
this found a youth. This
Yeah.
is really.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah,
here
you
we
don't
go.
have to be
Right.
that smart.
It's
Just
like,
butthole in the front, no pants, and you're fucking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
basically
somebody's in.
something, but not that because you'll go to the doctor. Yeah.
Dude,
So
my
that-
fucking
yeah.
face hurts. You're so dumb.
Yeah, you're welcome on that one. So
I know. I'm like, when you first got here, you were like, we're definitely going to be talking about front buttholes. As a
yeah,
sex
that's
coach.
exactly where you're gonna go. She's like, I wonder what we'll talk about today.
I know. I'm all shame. She's
And
like,
all
nope.
the list of things. She's like, that wasn't there at all. Yeah, exactly. She's like, fuck, I don't even know what to do with this now. I have to go home and
Everybody's landscape looks a little bit different, ladies.
yeah,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of us are on the front. Yeah, very, very much so. You're
Oh
welcome.
my God, that's
You're
good.
welcome. Well,
Yeah.
see, this was great.
No,
It was good times.
she's like, well, this was so good.
Yeah, aren't you glad that now everybody knows about my anatomy?
Yeah. Yeah. And your husband's choice.
Yeah. Strong man.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
a good man.
I know.
He's the best. He is the
That's
best.
interesting.
Yeah.
So, I'm like terrified of the dentist, and my current husband and I were together like 3 or 4 months, and I had to have like some major like reconstructive surgery in my face, and
Well, you can't tell.
thanks. It was in the inner parts here, and yeah. So I was terrified to go. They had to like basically sedate me to get me in there.
Same.
And by the time I like walked up the stairs to get to the dentist's office, I remember like nothing. He like had to carry me and put me like, oh yeah, because if I remember it, I won't get in the chair.
Yeah, fuck that.
And so so we get there, and then I was like fighting the anesthesia like so much that he basically sat in the dentist chair and just like held me while they did the procedure. He was literally like, I'm not even kidding you, like
Right
here. Like he was like holding my hands and like playing with my hair, like while my fucking mouth is spread open. They're doing all these things for hours. This giant man sat in this tiny little chair with my legs over him, holding my hands, like petting me, all that. We were together like 2 minutes. And I am not a crier. I'm broken.
You should probably go to therapy for that.
Okay. Do you know a therapist?
No. Yeah. Fresh
All
out.
right, listen. Fresh out. Like, nope. I know.
Gotta go.
I know a girl with a front butthole.
I
so
know. Yeah, and doesn't wear pants. Best therapist in town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
well,
going to be
fuck
like,
yeah.
do you think you're the problem?
Do you think you might be why it's broken? Do you think you're the reason you're all fucked up?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, like it's terrible. But I don't cry. But I do cry on opiates, and so they had to give me like Percocet for recovery, and it makes me very itchy.
She's like, I had some of that this morning. It was delicious.
I'm such a lightweight though. Like I could like look at a Percocet and I'm like drooling on the floor, and they're like, take 2 every 6 hours, and I was like done. I'm just like weeping. I'm like drooling on myself. There's like blood everywhere, and he
very
just
sexy.
like I know, and I just was like, this is so unfair to you, kind of thing. And he was like, yeah, he like picked me up, took me to the bathroom, pulled my pants down, made sure I went pee, like helped me with all the things.
that's nice.
And I was like so like wildly uncomfortable, and like I couldn't like get in and out of the shower. He's like washing me, doing all the things, right?
Maybe this is what the ladies need to do: is have like a full on like fuckery, and then the safety very quickly develops.
Yeah,
you know, you have to have like a full on fuckery.
It's so funny because he has helped me through that, and then I had another surgery like like a year and change later, and I couldn't wash my hair, I couldn't lift my arms, I couldn't do anything. And so he took care of me. He dressed me, he did my hair, he washed my hair, he washed my face, like he did all the things. He even shaved my armpits for me. No. I could do this. You know,
she just like holds her face like,
I'm like right. I'm like,
she's like, this is my blush.
Good. Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
like, it's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do we have a little like holdy buddy thing? I don't know.
Yeah,
but previous to this, I've had to have a couple like dental surgeries. I broke my foot. I had my gallbladder removed. So I've had multiple procedures and surgeries. And in every other relationship, they basically just like kind of let me fend for myself. Like when I was much younger, it was like early 20s, I broke my foot and I couldn't walk. And they did a nerve block from like my knee down. They were doing some testing and all this stuff because they didn't know why. No one knows how I broke my foot. I just like one day woke up, it was swollen and like I had a fracture and all this stuff. And so, they were doing all this testing and stuff. And so they gave me a nerve block and I literally couldn't walk. And then I was in so much pain. I went to the hospital and I had, x-rays done and they were like, that shit's broken. And they gave me Percocet. And I just like couldn't like function. And my boyfriend just like took me to my parents' house and just like dropped me off and was like, let me know when she's better. Like, just like, yeah. And I didn't realize at that time, like how fucked up that was. But my mom was like, he basically just like brought you to our house and was like, okay, good luck.
Yeah,
Figure
anybody
it
but
fuck
me.
out. Yeah.
The baby at the fire station.
Exactly,
Right,
literally.
yeah.
And it didn't compute to me, and I'd completely forgotten about that. And my husband and I were like, kind of, I didn't even know how it was coming up, but I have some like, medical trauma, and I'm like kind of traumatized or whatever. And he just like, bye. And I've had three other experiences actually, where I had pretty severe, like I had 2 C-sections and then my gallbladder removed, and all of which I recovered from like on my own. Like no help, with a new baby, like in a 2-story house, all these things. And then for my husband, my current husband, to be like washing my fucking hair, and still like, you're beautiful, changing bandages for me, all this stuff. And I just was like,
you should get a front butthole.
Yeah, I should. That's my next investment, I think.
That should be your next
I'm like,
move.
I'm really going to keep him locked in forever. I'm like, you said for better or for worse. Yeah,
that's
life
literally
or death.
it. That's it. Front buttholes are the final frontier.
Yeah.
Literally.
But when you're like that, when you're that vulnerable.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they're still like,
kind.
Yeah, kind and then loving and then like seeing you. Like, how are you not like, I'm going to take all my clothes off. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, however you want to me, and I will love it.
Yeah. And I don't wear pants.
And I don't, and
so and
Rebecca doesn't wear pants.
You're welcome.
Right, that's what I mean. But it's just like, that level of like safety was never provided for me. So I really feel like being loved and feeling safe, and there was no like sexual anything, you know? Yeah. Like from that, it was really just like loving you to love you. It was like, okay, we are just locking it in and
you can't go anywhere.
I'm already saying I do.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly.
Like, oh, yeah, I do. And he's like, you do what? I'm like, hair.
I
do hair
medical stuff
on the side
on the
for
things.
fun. Yeah.
I got to get the fuck out now.
I need to leave. Yeah, this is weird.
Move to France.
Too soon?
Yeah.
I love you.
I'm like, in all fairness, he told me he loved me before he ever like kissed me. Yeah.
I've heard that men fall faster than women.
I guess. Oh, I was going to bring this up way earlier when we were talking about the baby girl thing, is that I've read in multiple like studies and heard and think you'd be shocked. I do read
why I was
the
like,
thing.
fuck
What?
me. I know. That's why I was like, get it.
That women cheat from an emotional standpoint, and like that men will cheat and it's physical, and like and when men cheat, it is easier to like repair a marriage because it's more of like a physical like a lust or thing.
Yeah.
But when a female cheats, it's really like the relationship is pretty much over.
I've heard that.
Because you're not feeling like women will cheat in efforts to fill what they're not getting emotionally, and that is how that's like
They say that's
I would
why,
argue
like,
that that's basically what's happening in both genders,
Yeah.
but all genders.
well, and I would
Interesting.
say like because I've heard women say like when he emotionally cheats, like I've had women talk about that in therapy, like catching somebody emotionally having an affair is
different thing.
worse
Yes.
Yeah.
than like having, because it's like the same like what you're saying, it's like sex is sex for men at times, not
Yeah.
always, but it's much more just point A to point B, whereas like the emotional connection is very different.
You're right. You're right.
You know?
With the women, it's like, did you love her?
Right.
Right. That's
Right.
what they want to know. And for the men, it's like, did you fuck him?
Right.
You know?
Right.
The questions are different.
Yeah, very different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And women always want to know all the pieces. And that's one of the things
Yes.
they teach you in couples therapy is that you are allowed to have a session where she can ask whatever the fuck, or he can, whoever was the cheated on, can ask all the fucking questions they want, and you air it all the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then it stops there.
Yeah, and then you
No
don't
more.
you don't keep going
Nope.
and going and
Do
going.
you find that people regret knowing?
Sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it depends. I think it depends on how the connection is in the affair.
Okay.
Because I think it is, once there's an emotional factor, I think when I've seen men say like, yeah, I fucked her, I don't even really know what her name was, I was out of town and this happened. It's different than it was our neighbor who we knew for 2 years and I'm very much like still thinking about her. I think that's when you see like the flicker of like, oh, this is going to be yucky. You know what I mean? There's like, and I think again, because women are naturally more emotional human beings, when there's any type of emotion attached to something, there's a different value I think that's put on it than just he banged away at somebody that he doesn't know and
Right.
can't even remember her fucking name kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
So I've seen that where it's like the minute she knows there's like an emotional component to it, it's like, wait, what? That changes it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oof, I almost wish I didn't know that. But I think typically as humans, the not knowing, especially for women, will be worse because you will create your own fucking story.
yes.
Which could be like
It will be-
thousands
yeah,
times
because
And
she'll
it's
be
worse.
always
much more
worse.
attractive.
Yep.
She'll be much younger. She'll be, and, you know, and then it's like fucking, what's his name? Arnold Schwarzenegger's like nanny, and you look at her and you're like, what the fuck is that? Is that under the bridge? The fuck? And then you look at Maria Shriver and you're like, the fuck?
Why though?
Yeah, and you're like, huh? But you know,
Off
in your
limits.
mind, the story you tell yourself is that she was like a fucking model.
Yeah, she's like
Little
Mila
hottie.
Kunis,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you see it and you're like, oh.
Actually, though.
I saw that lady at Walmart yesterday. That's fucking weird, you know, in her fucking
Yeah.
juicy sweatpants. So I think the reality is that knowing is better because then you just get it out and it's not what you're creating yourself. But when there's emotion to it, I think, or value in a different way, it fucks things up. Yeah.
And relationships can come back from that.
Yeah,
It's possible.
definitely. And I've seen it happen.
I have too.
You know?
I have seen maybe like a handful of couples, but I went to like a couples retreat years and years and years ago through the church. But one of the stories was like kind of like redemption or like and you know making amends and being very, and this guy. So it started with the guy that had like a pretty substantial affair. And then he stopped, and then that wound festered in the marriage, and she
Went and
cheated
did it,
and
yeah.
had a very substantial emotional
Yeah.
affair. And then he caught her, and they were like, "Okay, we're fucking in or we're out."
Right.
And now they've been married like 30 something years now, and it's very successful. But
Yeah.
this was like probably like a decade into their relationship when it started. So they had some history and kids and all the things. And they both fucked up separately
Right.
at different times. And they like really came like through. And so, you know,
Yeah.
they spoke at this conference and I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. I don't know that I don't know that I could do that. You know, like
Yeah.
I've been cheated on like pretty
Right. Same.
substantially. Like
Yeah.
we're
Same.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. And like found out in some pretty
Yeah.
fucked up ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the timing was impeccable, but I feel like in my instance, I don't think I was ever cheated on where there was like a really substantial emotional tie. Like I think I found out like soon enough. But I can't imagine being like, oh, so you've been sleeping with that guy for like, or that girl for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about it or something.
Yeah, well, and that's what they tell you, like in couples therapy, is that like once you know, that's it, and you either decide in that moment you either forgive them or you're done.
I don't know that I could do that.
I
don't
know.
that I could decide like today,
Right.
Like after
Yeah.
just like hearing that laundry list.
Yeah, and that's why, yeah, you're like, okay, sit with this, but at the end of the day, like either you say, okay, I'm going to forgive you and we're going to truly work on this. But that does mean, though, is that you have to completely rebuild your entire relationship from the ground up.
Yeah.
Like you start the fuck over. Like whatever you had, you get to mourn that because it's dead. Yeah. And your whatever's coming from, you have to rebuild it. You have to redate all the fucking things. You have to start all over with the trust and with everything. But that means that you also can't go into the relationship and be like, well, remember that time you cheated on me? Like that's done. We left it here and that's it. So if you're saying like if you went home and you mulled it over for a few days and you come back like next week and you're like, okay, I want to keep this marriage and we're going to rebuild it, then that's where you're starting and it's clean and you don't get to fucking poke the bear. But that's where I see a lot of women especially struggle with letting that piece go. Because they'll come back like 2 weeks later and he's like, tell her what you did. And they're like, well, he pissed me off. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not so-and-so. And I'm like, we talked about it. If you can't do that, then you're going to be done. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm like, do you remember we talked about this? So that's the hard part too.
Dude,
is
that's
that
so hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I would lose my shit. I'd probably just go to prison. I think we all know where it would go.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we have to wear pants in prison?
Yeah. You want to wear pants in prison. That's the place where you're like,
that's fine. Yeah, I'll do the zip up. It's not really touching. Also do therapy while I'm in prison so nobody will touch me. So I'm going to keep my ass, literally. Yeah, keep all the things safe is by doing hair and therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So, all right, well, that was fun. Good times. See you later.
Yeah. Woo, and scene.
Minority Report, right?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
At least it's not that world because in that dystopian trope,
craziness.
They would have walked right in and said, all right, well, intent to cause harm.
Yeah, she's done. I would have been arrested a long time ago for that. Girl, the list is long.
Who would your co-host be?
Yeah, I'd also be in jail.
Yeah, I was like, she would be with me. We would be sitting there together. Yeah. She would do hair. I would do therapy. We would not get raped. That's
true.
We're graped. We wouldn't get graped.
We wouldn't get graped.
Or bananaed. Whatever fruit you want to fucking...
Or mangoed. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I always end our episodes with some facts. And this one wouldn't let me have this last time, so I'm going to do it today.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to say, first of all, animal facts are all animals. When I say mammals, I mean mammals, okay? So this is an animal fact because butterflies get to count. And you already heard some of these, but the world didn't hear. Did you know that butterflies taste with their feet?
What?
Yeah, that's how they taste. And
that's really cute.
I know. And if you actually under a microscope look at their butterfly wings, it almost is like they have little scales, which is what makes them so shimmery and pretty when they fly.
Yeah.
And a group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope.
Oh,
I know, isn't that nice?
that's so beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah, suck it.
It's not a fucking animal fact.
She wouldn't let me have butterflies last week, so I had to get koala bears. And I'm like, could you just let me have the fucking butterfly? She's like, it's not an animal. And I'm like, it's not a mammal, but it falls under animal.
I mean, it's in the natural
go
world.
Ahead. You're just really stretching the facts there.
But I will tell you, I did learn this actually about elephants the other day. That was kind of made my heart sad. So if you look at the skeleton of an elephant, their spine, it actually almost looks like a stegosaurus would, where it sticks up like this. So having things on their back is actually really detrimental. So when you see them doing rides and stuff, it's actually crushing their spine.
Like their vertebrae.
Yeah, so just FYI on that fucking zoo shit.
FYI, don't do that.
Don't do it. Don't.
Even if you're in Thailand, just don't do that.
Don't fuck it, especially because then they drug them.
Oh.
That's how you see people with pictures with tigers. They're usually high as fuck.
No, that's not okay.
Yeah, it's not good. They should eat you. And I'd be okay with that.
I have an animal fact.
Oh, tell me. Oh.
Did you know that...
Probably, but tell me anyways.
Ducks have curly penises. They're
What? No.
Yeah. And they can grow very long, basically to the length of their own body. Oh. Can you imagine if a man had a dick the size?
No. Very, very tall. Fuck that.
Yeah. No.
It's like rolling out the red carpet.
No.
But also, they I think I've heard it both ways. Either they shed it at the end of each year, or they reabsorb it into their body at the end of the mating season.
Wow.
It's so fascinating. So me, when I was on Tinder dates, I'm like, did you know about duck penises?
Yeah, I bet they were like, God, this is the one for me.
Does she have a front butthole? Because if so pigs are like that too. Pigs have curly penises.
Really?
And the vagina of a pig is kind of circular like that. It's curled like that.
And for, I guess rape is really rampant in the duck world.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So
have you ever seen a duck mate?
No.
They bite the back of the
So do
female's
chickens.
head. Mm-hmm.
They're very
they pin them down.
Yeah.
And I learned this when I was 7 or 8 years old. My grandma took me to the pond to go feed the ducks. And then I was like, oh my God, Grandma, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And she was like, they're they're hugging.
No.
Because she was like, I'm not about to tell my kid what's happening.
Yeah.
But later I found out they were,
they're very rapey.
They're like,
They're super rapey. That's why Amber,
Did you see they're gangbanged?
Yeah.
for
They
sure,
totally do. Yeah.
Amber, my clinician that works here, I have like a picture that I bought for her because she was the one that told me about ducks being super rapey. And it's like literally a duck, and he's like in a lineup with like rubber duckies. And I'm like, look, he's in a lineup because he was super rapey, and that's why she has that.
That's pretty funny.
Because they're horrible.
They're horrible.
But chickens are like that too.
Well, and
dolphins.
in the female reproductive system of ducks, like they have like basically like trap doors and like different staircases, and so if somehow they can like control who like their baby daddy is, where they're like, nope, open this trap door.
That would be really helpful in the world, to be like, not today, Satan.
Wow,
exactly.
God,
like that.
I just want you to know I listened to all those facts with my mouth open. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
You're like, I'm gonna look up all the things.
In case you're not watching, I definitely have
like,
Googled this.
What happens to the duck's penis after it grapes?
It grapes its female friends.
Yeah.
Well, maybe men would be less likely to grape if they're.
Yeah, if there was a trap door.
And if theirs fell off after they did it.
Well, did you hear it was somewhere in like I think it was Africa.
They love their penis.
Yeah, in Africa they had like created this device that could go inside a woman.
I've heard this.
And it had spikes
to grab, to like bite.
And so if somebody raped her, it would like grab hold. Yeah.
Bye. Don't think you're ever going to do that one again.
Yeah, I sure as fuck don't think people would grape anybody or banana them.
Nope.
Or any fruits.
I remember hearing about that.
I saw a picture of what it looked like. And it's literally as horrible looking as you would think.
Like a bear trap.
Yeah, it's like worse. It's like medieval looking because it's like several rings of it.
How does she not get...
It's something like the way that it's like almost like the way it looks is almost like those period
like
cups.
a sleeve, kind of
like a cup. What is
like
I can't think of the
like
term.
those menstrual cups.
Yeah,
or like looks like that.
Okay.
But then on the inside, there's like rings. So there's layers. So no matter what size you are or where you're getting in there, it's getting all your pieces.
Dang.
Whew. You're welcome. That wasn't an animal fact either, but you liked that, so suck it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, everybody. Deuces.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me read my thing. Let me see if I can do it.
Nope.
Let me do it.
Okay, you do it.
I'm going to do it.
I trust.
May your healing journey...
Oh, you cheated.
I know I cheated. Irritate the fuck out of all the people it should. Hallelujah.
That part we know.
What is this?
That's how we close out all of our
That's how we end
episodes here.
Yeah, it took us
Hallelujah.
Took us 2 years to get to that.
Like hallelujah, except for like petty
Petty.
pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.